helplessness, common purpose. What's today's most common control mechanism? Yep. Morning. How have you started off your day today? Do you have purpose? Do you want to keep doing this? I didn't know it was Sunday morning. I knew it was morning. I didn't know it was still weekend. I didn't know the weekend started. Last time I checked on this phone, I'm sure it was last week, Friday, Thursday maybe. Welcome along to Upain. Unified. What's unified about today? What's unified? Who's unified? Because families aren't unified. Friendships are false. Relationships are broken. Women are abusing children for money. We're still made to believe it's men that do that only. Not women, not mothers, not sugar and spice and all things nice. But they're not that. This is a much different country. I got called racist yesterday and the day before from Mazda employees. Why is this narcissist guy sitting on here? At one point you'll care about my children because it's going to happen to yours what's going on with mine, especially if you're a father. If you're a parent and you're not looking after your children right now, you don't have time with them, you're choosing to go to a 50 grand a year job instead of teaching your children. Sunday morning, I don't know how my children are. I don't know where they are, I don't know if they feel safe. Do you get to wake up every morning and have your head absolutely screwed with the ongoing alienation, isolation that is, which is a planned isolation, planned for fathers? The whole point of what is happening just now in society is to make children absent from their fathers and fathers absent from their children. That's the whole point of every single charity, a female charity, is funded to break fathers, to break parents. We don't have messages at the bottom. Maybe amongst yourself you do. I'm not allowed to check my own messages that you put. Maybe because they're so rancid and horrible. Because you did. Normally when I get to chat to you, you're quite happy to tell people to commit suicide. Crazy, crazy sick people. And I get to hang about outside McDonald's and Lidl. Minus 100 quid. Thank you, Bank of Scotland, for buying me food for the last week. And today that's chicken and spinach. Half price chicken and half price spinach. For all Lidl. But I don't get to know if my son and daughter are even eating. Because I'm such a horrible narcissist. of a man, not a father, that I don't send them money. I don't send a child abductor who called me a rapist money. She stole everything. She's a thief and a liar. Don't speak so badly about your ex, about the mother of your children. She's a beast. She's a beast. She's a child abusing beast. Her mother's a beast. Her mother's a child abusing beast. Her mother abused her and her brother. Her and her father, I don't know, I think he's been abused. He's not a man. The Babcha beast is the one that controls everything. Her and her tinfoil hat. I'm not saying her tinfoil hat's not effective. I'm saying she's a beast, a Polish Babcha beast, a child abusing Babcha beast, a child abusing beast that bought my son and bought my daughter with dirty złotys, dirty pennies from a dirty town called Gorzów Wielkopolski. I've not even got a picture or video of them. Don't even get pictures or videos for years. Years have passed and I don't even know. I'm not allowed to see their face. I'm not allowed to close my eyes and be able to think of what they look like or what their voice sounds like. My son can't even speak English. Maybe they've changed that. But they're so wicked and abusive, these women that abducted my children. They're so abusive and horrible and nasty, vile creatures. I don't trust any woman anymore. Not one woman do I trust anymore. One woman would not get a single bit of trust from me. It's impossible. It's impossible to trust a woman you've forgiven and forgiven. It's impossible to trust women in your own family and they go behind your back and lie to your face and couldn't care less if you're living or breathing. They couldn't care less about your son or daughter. That's every woman that I know. Every woman that I know. They're not mothers. The jabs changed them from being mothers to being predators. I don't know what's going on. But this helplessness, this hopelessness, this is psychological manipulation which is being pushed on so many of us right now. Not having any contact in a day where I can do this and speak to thousands of me, I can speak to thousands of you people, because it was thousands of people I spoke to the other day. It wasn't tens of people, it wasn't hundreds of people, it was thousands of people I spoke to on here. And that doesn't mean I want to speak to you, it doesn't mean I'll ever like you, because you're sitting doing nothing right now for the safety of children. You're sitting doing nothing right now for your own children, pleasing your fat own backsides, pleasing yourself. What will make me happier next? What will make me happier in the next 5 seconds? Because it's all women are interested in, but lots of you little effeminate boy men things, it's all about your own personal joy and happiness in the next few minutes. And that, sadly, is what led my children to be abused by this wicked woman, Kasia, and her mother, Babcha. Vaklava. Oh, you dirty, dirty, beastly Babcha woman. Ruining the word Babcha. You've ruined the name Babcha. Why are you bothered? You make eye contact with a man. Men. Fathers, is there many of you left out there? Is there many of you caring about your children, your family? That's why they're taking you out if you are. If you're a father, that's why they're taking you out of this, because they don't want strong fathers. Strong fathers equals strong family. Strong family equals less control for the government. Less control for the government means the future of our children and the military-industrial complex controlling them don't get their claws so deep in. So why do we allow the military-industrial complex to get their claws so deep in? Because they've poisoned our food, they've poisoned our air, they've poisoned our... What's this? Fast food? Burger King? McDonald's? Baines the bakery? High sugar, high fructose, high corn syrup, high corn oil. You don't know how to make yourself any healthier or fitter than you do you? You think putting pills in your mouth is what makes you healthy. Maybe the doctor knows a secret trick to me getting healthy. You eat better food. That's it. I'm watching friends of mine die right now, and they can so easily live if they just change the water they drink, or if they eat a wee bit of yoghurt. Budvig cream yoghurt. And I'm talking any sickness. Any sickness. Sunday morning, What the hell am I doing? And why am I doing it? And why am I doing it in front of you with a phone pushed in front of my face with all these people staring at me wondering what I'm doing? Because I'm asking you what I'm doing. I don't know if we sacrificed enough cats and dogs and foxes and wildlife last night, but what was going on last night that we were setting off so many fireworks? The fox that normally comes round has been hunted. The Freemasons and Catholics don't like someone like myself having some peace and some happiness. That's why they abuse children, and that's why they fund the abduction and abuse of my children. Because the abduction and abuse of my children was funded. The abduction and abuse was funded. Parental alienation is just a psychological manipulation to break down fathers and decent mothers, and there's very few decent mothers. So that is why they fund feminist charities, because they make women into feminists. And that violent feminist becomes a child abuser. Then a child becomes lost and controlled by the school. The school round about here, that's just another military industrial complex. They've got their claws in there as well, using the gender ideology to kill our children's minds. Most of the adults go along with this. Oh no, but he's trans. What? But see, you're not a caring individual. We're allowing mentally ill people to say they're something that they're not. They can in their own homes. Go in your own home and you can be whatever you like. You can say and identify as whatever you like. Don't push it on everyone to say that you are what you say you are when you're not. Don't do that. Don't manipulate me. Do not psychologically manipulate me. You've got my son and daughter in Poland, in Gorzów Wielkopolski. You paid Scottish Women's Aid, paid for the abuse of my children. Scotland funds the abuse of children. Parasites. Don't think anything's good about Scotland. Oh, the wee Bonnie Hill and Glen. No, it's parasites, paedophiles that run this place. Parasites and paedophiles, and I'm talking about people in your family. People in your family. It's about time these women stood up and became mothers again. It's about time they put on nice dresses or something like that and started looking like ladies. Well, not every one of these women are going to jump about in a gym right now, but every single one of them are wearing clothing where you can actually see what they're made out of. Most of them shouldn't be. I need to see my children, I need to know my children. If you are a parent and you get to wake up this morning and you get to know about the safety of your son and daughter, if you have a son and daughter. Now imagine waking up and having a son and daughter and never knowing how they are, how they feel, if they're safe, because the woman you trusted and forgave abuses children. She abuses children, and she will hurt any child to make sure she hurts you. She will hurt any child to make sure you live in pain. She'll abuse anyone to make sure you suffer. Women are abusing kids because they're funded to abuse kids, not because they want to abuse kids. I don't think my ex-partner wanted to abuse their children, but she wanted to hurt me, and she was given a method through Women's Aid, and Women's Aid gave her a method to abuse, abduct, alienate and force hatred onto my children. Own mothers hating half of who their children are because they despise their ex-partner, because their ex-partner more than likely isn't a lying bedhopper, and they would love their ex-partner to be a lying bedhopper because my ex, was a lying bedhopper, a cheat, a thief. She would tell anyone any story to make her look good and make her get the next thing she wanted, and she managed to get Police Scotland to abduct my children. She managed to get Police Scotland to abduct my children. Now, how did she manage that? Because she was given a women's charity, Women's Aid. Women's Aid told Police Scotland to assist the DAIU, the Domestic Abuse Investigation Unit. You little predatory parasites out there. Police Scotland, the Metropolitan Police, you're all scumbags right now. Not one of you are decent police. My own family in the police, you're a scumbag. My own brother's been controlled by the minions in there. The police and the priests and the Freemasons are the same thing. Security services, all controlled by the military. Oh, how come that new famous pop star has got a father in the military? every single part of our society, every single part of that mainstream TV and this mainstream YouTube nonsense. They want all you fake people out there. You want, oh, who's next? Who's the big YouTube star? Well, it's not me. It's never going to be me. It's never going to be introducing me to my son and daughter, because it means lots of money would pour in, and I would get to be able to fund fathers' rights groups. I would get to fund children, get to spending time with their fathers. I'd get to fund holidays for fathers and children, so they get to not get back the time that's been stolen by total bitches that abuse kids. I mean, you can't get back the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years that have been stolen, or Maddie, 20 years stolen. Maddie from the Anti-Alienation Project, 20 years stolen. Her father, 20 years stolen by these funded narcissistic bitch women. And again, saying bitch is far too nice. Bitch dogs are far too nice for these predatorial, money-taking, child sellout scumbags. And that's what my ex-partner was, a child-abusing, predatorial, sellout, bed-hopping slapper that did not care about children. She certainly doesn't care about her children. And your brothers would jump in bed with her in a second. That's what most of your brothers are these days. Your brothers would go behind your back. Families are broken. Families are broken because you break family. Women are funded to break family. Predatorial feminists are breaking family every day. Predatorial feminists are funded to break family. Predatorial feminists are funded to abuse their own children. Matthew Neva had no chance with Women's Aid being a funded charity, £1 million funded charity, and it's a growing charity since they've been quote documented as being fanatical feminist child abusing scumbags. The fanatical feminist child abusing scumbags are constantly giving money. Not one father's charity is funded. We don't have fathers' charity. Charities are run by fathers. Charities for fathers and their children are run by fathers who are put in positions like myself. That's why I started off Unified Parental Alienation International Network. It's a mouthful, I know, but women should not be funded to abuse children. And in Scotland, women are funded to abuse children. Women are funded to abduct. Women are funded to alienate. Women are funded to fanaticize and abuse children every single day. A woman can decide to call her ex-partner a rapist. She can decide to call her ex-partner abusive. And even if that's a false allegation, that woman's going to be believed. My ex-partner was funded to call me a rapist. She was funded to call me abusive, and then she was assisted in abduction and the abuse of my children to Poland. My children have no chance. My children have no chance with funded $1 million charities for women. And women have to step away from those charities and start helping fathers, because instead the father's been called a rapist and women are turning their backs. That man said rape out loud, so I need to walk away and make a complaint about the man that said rape. No, she called me a rapist. That ruined my life. I had so much savings. I had a house paid off. I had every single thing that a family needs to grow and love and care and learn and just prosper. And she went and sold out her children because she wanted what I had, because she could never get it. She would never be able to get it because she'd never be able to open a business and work hard in that way. But she can sell herself, she can sell her children, and that's all women can do. I understand there's very intelligent women out there. They teach me a thing or two. There's very intelligent women. But the vast majority are sellout pigs, sellout child abusers. The vast majority of women are sellout child abusing liars. My ex-partner is a child abusing liar. Her mother is a child abusing liar. Her father is a child abusing liar. Her brother is a child abusing liar. Most people in Gorzów Wielkopolski, Poland, are child abusing liars. That's not to say that most in Scotland aren't child abusing liars, because they are. Child abusing parasites abusing kids. I'm forced into severe poverty after having been a man that started in his 20s. I mean, it wasn't a case I just messed up everything. From very, very early, I was away selling these silly phones from the mid-1990s. So part of this is me. Maybe that I'm living this hell because I flooded the market with these things, because I can sell anything. But I'm not allowed to have a job where I sell things to people in Scotland because I'm too scary a man, because I'm the criminal. Not the woman that lied about me being a rapist. She's not a criminal. That woman, not the woman that abducts and abuses children. She's not a criminal. Not the woman that fanaticises and alienates children from half of who they are, because she's funded, not fathers. The feminist brutal child abusers funded. The brutal child abusing boot is funded. And men every day are killing themselves. They're waking up on days like this. I woke up, I had no idea when it was. I had no idea when I was. Found out it's Sunday morning. I thought last night was Sunday. I fell asleep about 7:30 because I woke up at 3:30 yesterday. I can't keep living this. This isn't a life. There is no living in this. There's no living or life involved in this existence. And the existence, I can't bear it any longer. Yes, I'm managing to scrape together some money to get food every few days. I still don't have any hot water. Still don't have any heating. Mrs. I know there's many of you men out here, fathers, struggling. Many have built businesses, many have built million-dollar businesses in other countries, and you can't even get a job in your own country. You're barred from employment in your own country. Why are you barred from employment in your own country? Because a child-abusing Polish woman called me a rapist. And it wasn't her story, it was fed to her by a Scottish women's charity called Women's Aid. Now, if that isn't a fanaticising charity that's militarising women and bringing them up to this feminist child-abusing state, I mean, women wouldn't be abusing children if they weren't funded to abuse children. They wouldn't be abusing children. But right now, Women's Aid is funding fanatical feminists to abuse children. Now, my children were abducted, and it doesn't seem to make a difference that a woman was funded to abuse children. She was funded to abduct and abuse children by Women's Aid. Now, Women's Aid is not a charity. Women's Aid is similar to ISIS or similar to Al-Qaeda. They're making women abuse children. So we're taking children from the UK, we're funding these fanatical beasts. Men are being called rapists because women are being fed these stories. What? How can we feed these beastly child abusing women funded charities? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Because family starts with father. The family starts with the father, and the father's not the head of the family. Then you don't have a head of your family. So that's what I'm telling you, Marek. We are abusive missus, an abusive daughter. You're going to go to hell. Kashi, you will have a millstone round your neck. You and your mother will have a millstone round your neck. You best get your happiness in this existence. Seeing this right now, this is all you have. You've got eternity to suffer after making our children suffer. You will suffer eternally. Babcia, you disgusting, beastly, Polish liar. Babcia, you don't deserve Babcia. You're just beast. You don't deserve Babcia beast, you're just beast. Babcia, beast. I know your mother and father gave you a flat so they could get our children, so you can go and date other men and get a better position in a job, because you're not a mother. You'll never be a mother. You abuse children. You abused their children. Now complete isolation while you don't get to know them, and you're going to go to hell for what you're doing. Your mother goes to hell and you go to hell. So many women are going to go to hell for the abuse that they've caused their children. So many women are going to suffer for the abuse they've caused. And we understand that it's funding women are receiving through these feminist charities, feminist Women's Aid, child abusing charity, funded child abusers of Scotland. The funded feminist child abusers. That's Women's Aid. Oh no, you can't say that, Joe. It's court documented. And do you know who explained that? The child abductor explained how Police Scotland assisted in the child abuse. Women's Aid wrote the story of false allegations to say I was a rapist. That ruined my life. And I believe Police Scotland, I believe the Scottish Government, I believe that charity owe me millions. Millions. They've made me lose everything in my life. So what's your life worth? To your mind, my life might only be worth a couple of shekels. I couldn't care less what you think. And stop pressing like. 6 people press. What are you liking this video for, and why are you watching it? Now I've got 400 subscribers. You 400 can watch. Don't be pressing any of these buttons and don't go affecting the algorithms on YouTube. We don't need more people here. If we get more people here, then 90% you need to know, they abuse children. 90% of the people on this right now, they couldn't care less. They're too busy trying to make themselves happy. Oh, I need to be happy, or else if I'm sad I can't cope. Failures. That's why we fund feminist lowlife scumbag, and trust me, she's a Polish scumbag, because she abused our children and she continues the alienation, which is child abuse. Matthew, Ava, do you not hate yourself enough yet? Half of you. Daddy, you must hate Daddy. I feel so sorry for my daughter. I feel so sorry for the abuse that you're putting her through. You're making my children suffer. Parasites. Listen, Women's Aid is a funded charity, and they're funding women to be fanaticists and abuse children. Women are coming out and putting this in court documents and telling us this, and one of the court documents is on against me for being a rapist. When did I rape you? It was every week. Lots of times every week. The police said I raped a lot. I raped a lot. It was just whenever I felt like it. What are you doing tonight, Joe? When I get home from work, I might rape my wife-to-be or the woman that I love and going to have children with. That's what us men do. If we fund feminist charities like Women's Aid, that's what they're going to have you believe. Because mainstream media is going to be about fanatical, horrible fathers, and we're not. We're beautiful, we're caring, we're loving, we would care for you. I would take you over and make sure you ate, and I would give up what I had. I would give up what I had to help you. And I know that's the truth. I know that's the truth. I don't want to gain from your existence. I might end up gaining from your existence, because look, some people have pressed like and some people are still watching this guy that can't afford to put data on his phone, but I can walk down to Lidl and McDonald's and get free Wi-Fi. Not Asda because I'm barred. Not the Citizens Advice because I'm barred. Not the East Rimshire Council because I'm barred. In fact, the entirety of the Barhead Glasgow Main Street I'm barred from, because they don't like to hear the truth about feminist, fanatical, child-abusing, low-life scumbags running our town. We still call them women. I call them fanatical wee beasts. They're dishonest. Dishonest. And they're quite happy children suffer because they get to play the victim. Women get to play the victim. And my ex loved doing that. She loved to be the victim. Oh, I'm such a victim. But look at you, Joe, standing there with victim mentality. No, I'm telling you in front of everyone in my town, because I've got a big mouth and I could not care who wants to come down and have a go at me. If you want to come down and have a pop at me or a shot at me, come and have a go. I would very much like this horrible existence to end, but I can't end it myself. I cannot end this myself. The magic of make-believe is more to value. Oh. Go and buy stuff, make yourself happy. Consume. I know it's not exactly They Live, but if you've not seen They Live, then this is precisely what it is. A place filled with zombies, and you chose to become a zombie. You chose to accept what they wanted to put in your blood. And you accept more and you accept more. While children are being abused. Why? Because children are nothing more than a way for us to earn money. If you're a complete predator, children are for profiteering. Children are for nothing but profit. Because you want to hurt children, you want to profit from the abuse of children. Go stick a message down below, because I cannot read it out, I cannot see it, because this guy here can't prove he's over 18. I can't prove I'm a father. I can't even prove that I'm worthy of an existence. I can't prove I'm worthy of food. I can't prove that I deserve help. Matthew and Ava deserve help. Please, that's done. Help us. I see some old people and they're just struggling to walk, struggling to stand upright. And I'm complaining about never getting to see my kids. And it's not just about me complaining about not getting to see my kids. You need to know, my children, they need to know why they hate me. Or they need to know why they like me. Or they need to know why that feeling they have about me is something that they decided, and it came from their mind because They weren't told to hate daddy. They decided daddy was worth hating. Now, I'm not a hateful person. I don't hate for the sake of hate's sake. With these fanatical feminist, low-life, child abusing. Why do I not trust one of you women? Why is there not one of you I can trust? Why is there not one? Why is every one of you sold out? Every single one of you. You would sell out your family, you'd sell out your children, you'd definitely sell out your ex-man. You hate him. She hated me so much she would hurt our children. And she still hates me after so many years. I don't even know why. Because I'm not what she said. So what am I? What am I? If you can stop my children from getting to know me, if you can abuse my children every day, if you can abuse them, and a charity is funded to abuse children every day, why are you not coming to help me? If I can tell you, plain and clear, the police in this country, the police Scotland assisted child abuse. Now, you need to know the particular details about surrounding this abduction. Because I was in court, and it was a High Court in Edinburgh, and the female judge in the High Court in Edinburgh decided we need to take her passport away because she will abduct those children. She will abduct her children. She will do that. And Police Scotland were sent, and the security officers were sent to take away her passport. Now, Police Scotland assisted with her abducting my children. Police Scotland took Ava in the car, and took her through to Glasgow and let her abduct my children. Even though I had got a High Court writ to say that her passport should be taken from her. Yeah, we took her passport, but she had a Polish ID card, and with Polish ID cards, you can travel. You can travel with a Polish ID card, and she managed to do that. Imagine a man just took your child away and went on a plane, and the police helped the man take away the children. We're funding charities for women to do that. We're funding charities for women to abuse kids. We're funding charities so women are abusing children and fathers are killing themselves at the highest possible rates that you could ever know. Fathers are killing themselves at the highest rates you could know. 80% of deaths from, if you've got a broken families, children's taken away. 80% of those deaths are men. 8 out of 10 are men. 8 out of 10 are men taking their lives, even when it's not divorced. Now, why will we continually to fund female charities? Well, I must be making some of this up. Why would we continue to fund a feminist charity called Women's Aid so they can break up family? Well, parental alienation, that's the names that they've given this child abuse. You know, they've called this parental alienation when it's psychological manipulation and hardcore abuse of children. It's psychological manipulation, and it's creating helplessness and hopelessness in the child and parent's life. Whether it's the mother or the father, it's 100% of children that suffer every single time. And we're creating that helplessness and hopelessness loop. And the helplessness loop is known by psychologists. It's known by psychologists. And when you've got 22 billion adults in this position, that means we've got at least 22 billion children, at least 22 billion children being 22 million children being abused, because it's a $50 billion industry. I mean, I'm wanted in Poland for hundreds of thousands of pounds. They take your children off you, and then they charge you for the abuse that they assault your children with and assault you with. They charge you for the abuse they cause. This is what Women's Aid are funded to cause that assault. I mean, I've lost my house. I've lost every single part of anything I had. I don't feed myself most days. I'm quite happy to take a bullet through the centre of my head, because none of this is good. While women are funded to abuse children, while feminist charities are funded to take out family, while the fanatical woman is there to make sure children don't feel safe, I'm not going to be keeping quiet about that. This is court documented that these fanatical feminist beasts are abusing, they're funded to abuse. The fanatical beasts are funded to abuse. I've had my 45 minutes, I think, of moaning. 35. Sorry. It feels like 45 talking to you. I've got the lowest rates of anything on YouTube, and I'm happy with that, and you're happy coming and watching the lowest performing YouTube creator. Oh, Joe, well done. Last month you done 100,000 something. Who cares? Think I want anything from you? YouTube algorithm scumbags. The thing is, everyone wants instant gratification. Everyone wants to get something from these scumbags. Even you watching me, you want instant gratification. And I know some of you naughty wee people out there having a wee fiddle while watching me. All I want is for you to be a mother or father and make sure you put your children first at some point in your life. Because right now, women do not ever put children first, not ever. Women abuse. Women are funded to abuse. Women can be fanatically funded to these poor kids, which are taking out their father's life and taught, you must hate daddy. You must hate daddy. That's what women do. Teach hate, control, abuse, mockery, mocking our own children. Making them feel helpless, because I know I feel helpless, I feel hopeless, I don't feel as if there's any reason for going on. Well, it's Sunday, I remember Sunday morning, I'd wake up, my dad would normally make me a Sunday breakfast on a Sunday morning, because yesterday, on a Saturday when I was young, I'd play maybe 2 or 3 games of football. I'd play for my school and I'd play for my club. Now, yeah, the young boys still do that kind of thing. But more and more, it's about women. More and more, this whole makeup of society is about the gratification of women, the instant gratification of women, and the instant gratification of women means that they get to abuse children. Not just they get to abuse children, they're funded to be beasts. They're funded fanatical beasts. I mean, I would expect men and fathers to be walking up and going, what are you talking about? So they're funding fanatical feminist charities? I'd expect fathers and men to walk up to me, or even mothers, women to walk up and say, hang on, I just heard you saying about a fanatical feminist charity has been funded. Can you tell me a bit about that? And I can. I heard you saying that your children were abducted by the woman that you were in love with that called you a rapist. Why aren't you in prison as a rapist? Or what? Women's Aid, a charity? What, so they're funded? Who funds them? The Scottish government funds this fanatical beast charity. Why? Because Scotland is full of child abusing liars. Families that would rip their own children's backsides apart. Fanatical feminists that do not care if children are happy or sad because they're too busy trying to pleasure themselves. And that's what women are walking about with their big chunky noses, big chunky faces. They've had it done with filler and they're happy with that. Men do anything these days to please these women. And believe me, I've done whatever I could to try and please Kasia. I've done whatever I could. And that's what made me a sorry loser. Sold myself out, sold any manliness I had out. Oh, what can I do next to please you? Can I take you 100 holidays and 100 destinations so you can feel at one point happy with anything I've done? Please let me be a father for 2 seconds. You sold your children. A handful of nosy people on a Sunday morning get to work, or Sunday night, whatever it is, get to wake up and listen to this. Women are funded to abuse children. Fathers are being taken out of children's lives. Women are funded by Women's Aid charities to be fanatical child abusers. Women are funded to hate and abuse children. It's court documented what I'm telling you. The Scottish government fund fanatical feminist charities which abuse children. My children have been abducted, my children have been abused, it's a woman that have done it, it's Police Scotland assisted in the abuse, Police Scotland assisted in the abduction. Any father and men should be speaking about this. Men and fathers should be speaking about the abuse that women are funded to do, that are funded to abuse children. Anyone capable of speaking has to come and speak to me. I couldn't care less if you're one of the wee security officers because you might have children and one day you're going to face this. Couldn't care less if you're a policeman. You come and speak to me because your children are going to face this if you're a man. You need to start being a strong mother. We need strong mothers. We need strong mothers that are loving and caring. If you're a mother and you're just about instant gratification, you're not a mother. And I'm talking to lots of effeminate wee boys as well. Lots of effeminate wee boys. I'm talking to every member of my own family. You effeminate wee Freemasonic Catholic cult members. Turning your back on the family. I've read the Bible. I know that's what's happening. I know it's supposed to happen. And for all of the family members, I just can't wait for me to be dragged through hell, fair enough. But fathers need to stand up for each other. Fathers need to stand together now. We can't be dropping our heads. Oh, I'll drop my head and walk away from this guy speaking. That's what they do. People drop their heads and they walk away. People drop their heads and walk away because they would rather have children being abused by women. Because why would we want to stop pleasing women? Women get their pleasure from abusing children. We have this court documented. It's funded. Feminist beasts are funded. Women's Aid is a funded charity. It's funded by Scotland and they're funded to abuse children. Women are abusing children today. Children deserve fathers. Children deserve their grandparents. My children didn't get to see their grandfather. Now they're not getting to see their father. Why? Because sell out women. Sell out women. Fanaticised feminist charities. If we don't get the funding straight to men right now, I don't know who's listening to this. I don't know who's listening to this. We need to get the funding to families, and the head of the family is the father. The head of the family is the father. And if you're a man and you've got children and you're thinking about your own gratification, that's not what I'm after. You're part of their little effeminate beast. And believe me, they've got charities for these little effeminate men as well. As soon as I hang up on this, because my 45 minutes is nearly done, because I've just decided right now it's a 45-minute show today, so I need to see my son and daughter. I need them to see me. I need them to decide for themselves. I want to hate Daddy because I've chosen to hate Daddy, not because that beast abducted me, abused me, never taught me English and told me to hate Daddy. And that's exactly why I hate Daddy. Because the fanatical feminist bitches that are funded by Scotland to abuse children are so funded that we'll actually have Police Scotland take your children away. Take your children away. They're funded to abuse your children today. If you want to speak about it, I'll tell you what's going on. Children are being abused in this country. Funded feminist charities, funded to abuse children. People are quite happy to look then as soon as they hear, oh, he said rape, he said child abuse, but then they turn their back because women are funded to abuse kids and women don't want to let go of their funding. Any decent men will stand up. Show me the man's charity funded in the same way. Not one year of my life has a man's charity been funded the way these feminist pigs are. And this isn't my opinion. This is court documented, and right now I can tell you I don't get to know how my children are because of the fanatical beast abusing them. Babcha beasts abusing them, women turning their back on children, women abusing children. Yes, it's easy to wind yourself up if you're a father and you don't know how safe your children are. It's easy to look in one of these wee scattered-brained women's faces and see that all they do is, I want more chocolate for me, I want to go to the bingo, I want something new, I want filler in my lips, I want filler in my eyes. You fanatical beasts. Fanatical beasts. People are like this, people are joining still. I don't get paid a penny for talking nonsense to you. So you better open your ears, there's not many men left on here. Every one of them want to make money. Every one of them want to get something out of telling you things. So what, if they want to get something out of that, they need to edit themselves. Every one of them are coming on here editing themselves. Oh, I'm going to tell you the full story. Oh, but I'll do it within YouTube algorithms. Idiots. Every single person talking to you is edited. They edit themselves. Not this. This won't edit himself. Because I couldn't care less about making money off predators. I couldn't care less about parasitic little beastly women. I couldn't care less about the wee beasts that walk about showing themselves. Oh, my wee tight pants in this wee club here. Only wear them for your jogging. Only wear them for going and working out. Don't wear them round the street and in the shops. Wear a dress. Wear something ladylike. Stop abusing kids and stop funding charities, Scotland. And if there's any one of you, any type of MP, any type of businessman, any type of human being, and you want to come and speak to me, please do so. You'll find a way to stick a message that I can get hold of. I know I can't read anything you might put down there, but 99% of the messages were telling me I'm a narcissist and I should kill myself and my children are better off. That's the kind of messages fathers and men get, because we understand the funding is heavy for the helplessness and hopelessness. We'll understand. This was all done through 2000 to 2010. Taking Saudi Arabians and making them suffer all types. Funding people to become fanaticised and start terror cells. No, we can start Ukraine wars and we can break down Europe. The American military is breaking everything, every single thing. I would say American military, the Freemasonic military, the presidential military, the Catholic military, the Jesuit military, the wee boy handshake military, because the wee funny handshake with the boys just now, it's run by women. It's owned and run by women. The Eastern Star cult has taken over. The Eastern Star cult is more than willing to abuse children. A wee woman came out and smiled there when I met her in the Eastern Star cult. Because most people are aware of the Eastern Star witches. The ones that have sold out their kids for the last 50 years. Get this message across to Gorzów Wielkopolski. If you're dying, if you're unhealthy, if you're losing it, buy yourself some low-fat cottage cheese and some linseed oil and mix them together.
Are you right?
Hi, how are you? I'm just doing talking to people just now.
Were you doing a live stream?
Aye, yeah.
What was that involved in?
Parental alienation.
For?
It's my children were abducted and taken to Poland, so I do the thing for parental alienation. I can show you all the details on it just now.
I don't need to see any
Aye.
details, mate. I'm just wondering why you were doing a live stream outside the shop. I know you're more than welcome to do that.
I know, I want to speak, I want people to hear it.
I know, you're actually, the customers are coming in complaining that you're doing it.
I know it's because I'm talking about the funding female charities we're getting for these. I'm
Totally.
talking about all the basics, but
Totally
if somebody
get
want
it.
to come in and see if the police want to come and all of this stuff, I'm happy
don't-
with them.
I'm,
I
I'm not
understand.
interested in getting the police. What I'm interested in is our customers, our customer satisfaction.
Aye.
And if our customers aren't satisfied, we need to deal with it
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
And this
I
is a
agree with that.
positive way that you'll need to maybe no date in front of your customers.
Aye.
Or no speak to
Can
our
you move
customers.
out of the canopy?
Oh, no.
You need to be a bit further away to the front of the shop.
I don't mind you shopping in here or doing your live
Thanks
streams.
very much.
I don't mind you doing it like that. But when it comes to customer satisfaction, we need to make sure our customers are safe. And I'm saying they're safe.
Aye,
You
that's
might be
why
saying
you
they're
should
safe.
phone the police. If you think there's no safety, I'm not going to make any
I'm not
complaints.
saying
I've
that.
sat here,
What I'm
it's just
saying
because you
is-
said you want to make them safe, and I'm not going to do anything to make them feel unsafe.
Well,
If they're going to hear some
Our
words
customers
and
are
they're going to
complaining
react,
to us.
because they're hearing words.
right, well, I don't want
But
them to
I
hear
need
words.
you to move out further
Yeah.
away to the front
Aye.
of the door. That's the...
I know, that's why I was actually sitting across here on that thing.
Aye.
Okay.
But I believe that people should be speaking about this rather than coming and complaining
Whatever
to
you
you.
go-
Because
whatever
I'm just
you-
a normal guy. I'm
Whatever
not
you go to
looking
your
to do.
concern, it's nothing to do with us. What you're concerned about is not.
Child abuse and it's funded. I'm trying to get other people to speak it. That's why I'm out in the public
Mate,
dealing with it.
I could be going on about my child all day long
I know.
as well. My child's got a terminal illness.
Aye.
But I'm not about live streaming about it.
I have to live stream it because my children were abducted and it's funded by the Scottish Government. So I'm only explaining this
I
is
totally
this is
get
where I
it.
need to be.
What I get is that's fine. No problem at all, mate. And I do apologise.
Fathers are parents too, and I'm just trying to get that message out there.
But what I'm saying
Since
is
the day
you
my
can't
children
be
were
doing it.
abducted,
Can I ask
if
you
I-
just to put that down?
No,
You're
that's
not
my phone, it's live
You're
streaming.
not live streaming to the staff that are in their work. I need you to
I
move
can,
out
there's
further.
nothing illegal with what I'm doing.
I'm saying it is.
Aye.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
but
not-
it said like.
Aye.
Right. So that's the 45 minutes up. But yeah, people get upset that children are being abused, but no, they get upset when you're actually speaking about it. Common Purpose and Freemasons and Catholicism, they make the complaints in there. They don't make the complaints to the man or the father. Now you're going to come across this all the time. Women hate being called out for child abuse. Effeminate men hate being called out for child abuse. The Catholic cult, Jesuits and the Freemasons hate being called out for child abuse. When you're speaking about child abuse and people want to hide it, that's a warning sign, that's a red flag that those adults are not adults. They're not adults. They're trying to stop a message about child abuse reaching other people's ears. Why? Because they're part of the feminist, fanatical charity. They're part of the Freemasons. They're part of the Catholic cult. They're part of it. And they're going to make complaints to other people. And other people have no grounds whatsoever. They've got no ground whatsoever for complaining to me, but they will do, because they're more upset about it's all about. Does that guy know his boss? I don't know if he knows his boss, but he should get to know his boss. Instant gratification. And from what I heard, that man's a father. And he's going through some suffering with his children, and he deserves support as well. He deserves support. But when you don't have anything decent to say, you don't have to come up and say, oh, I know I can't move you, I know I can't do this, but oh, I care about just be quiet then. I'm talking about something that's dearly important to me, because there's 22 million parents suffering. And when there's 22 million parents suffering, there's going to be over 22 million children suffering. I can see the people coming out, putting their wee faces on. Oh, he's talking about women not being nice. I'm talking about I'm talking about women. I'm talking about. Take care. The Common Purpose Gang. Can never get one up on you. This has been a good live stream today. Does it make me feel any safer in mind about my son and daughter? We'll never be helping children. We're never going to assist the rights of children. We're going to assist fanatical, beastly women. We're going to assist child abuse. Because that's been reflected today. Women would rather have children abused than feel uncomfortable and stop the abuse. Oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable that you say what we're actually funded to do. I know it makes you feel uncomfortable. Useless failure of a mother. Hang your head in shame. Women's Aid is in this town, and many of these women go to Women's Aid. Imagine it was a man's charity funded and they were telling you to rape people, to rape women. Now that's ridiculous, but we have women's charity funded and they lie about being raped by men. That's what they do. I know it's ridiculous, but that's what they're doing. The funded charities still doing that. Now these wee women can come out and make complaints to the staff, but they can't talk to a man that wants to protect children because they've got no thought about protecting children. Not one of these women or fake little boy men have spoke about the actual reason that I bothered my backside to be here. It's not, wait a minute, what did you say? It's get away from here because you're making people uncomfortable. Good. Very good, I'm good. I don't have any food, I don't have any heat or hot water, I don't know if my son or daughter are safe. Oh no, but let's think about what it is you want to make yourself feel great for the next few seconds. Or maybe it's just so spoiled of me to think I deserve food. Maybe it's just silly of me to think I deserve hot water or heating. Maybe it's silly for me to think that my children deserve to get to know me and make that opinion. Do you know what? They were right. You're a complete and utter whatever. But at least they'll get to say it for themselves. Then it's up to Matthew and Ava. It's not up to these fanatical beasts with their funding. And they'll keep their mouths shut. I see some men standing about laughing. They keep their mouths shut about child abuse. All the best.